figure out this fraction. Mr. Right!
Someone call for fraction help?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm your guy. So having trouble with some fractions, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, on this assignment, you're actually supposed to reduce fractions and put them in simplest form. So let's review how to do that, okay?
Okay, that sounds cool.
Because it's not really that hard. You just need to kind of refresh your memory a little bit. So before we get started, let's go over the directions for the assignment. It says, reveal a clue by reducing the fractions below in their lowest terms, or simplest form. Use your answers to match and place the letters in the boxes to reveal a clue. Put the letter in every box that it matches your answer in. There may be more than one. The first one has been done for you. Okay, so before I get started, I went ahead and I'm giving you the answer to 26/76 and 96/174 because those are kind of larger fractions than what we typically work with. So your answer here is 13/38, and then you can start plugging that into your clue down there at the bottom, and the answer to 96/174 is 16/29. Okay, so one of the benefits to watching all these videos, I actually give out some answers from time to time. I definitely give out a lot of clues, don't I, Phoenix?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at how we actually take a fraction and put it in simplest form. Well, one of the main things that you need to be aware of is the divisibility rules. Okay, you guys have a list of the divisibility rules in your portfolio. Also, you can refer back to your math textbook, and it is chapter 6, lesson 3, is all about putting fractions in simplest form. We have a lot of example problems in there on how we actually do that. But most importantly, these divisibility rules, most of you still probably have these memorized. I know I sure do. But if you don't, they are in your portfolio. So we're going to be using these divisibility rules to put fractions in simplest form. So as we take a look, and I'm going to go ahead and start with 1846. I'm going to put this fraction in simplest form for you. So let's go to the next slide here. So we have the fraction 1846 that we need to put in simplest form. In order to find simplest form the fastest, you want to find the GCF, the greatest common factor. And I know all you guys remember greatest common factor. So we just got done talking about factors yesterday, how to find factors of a number. Well, in this case, you're going to find the factors of 18, numerator, and 46, your denominator. And you're going to find the greatest common factor, which means the factor that is the largest, that is the same between these two numbers. I went ahead and listed these out, but simply all I did was go through the divisibility rules. The first one that you always start with for your factor pair is going to be 1 times whatever number you're finding factors for. So 1 times 18, and then I work my way down and I say, okay, 2, is it an even number? If it's an even number, it's divisible by 2. Yes. 2 times what? Well, 2 times 9. Then I go to 3. Well, the divisibility rule states for 3 that if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, sum of the digits meaning 1 plus 8 equals 9, 9 does divide by 3, and I know 3 times 6 equals 18. So I go through and I say, is there anything times 4 to get 18? No. Anything times 5 to get 18? No. So I'm good. I've closed the gap. I have all my factor pairs for 18. Now I can move to 46. So, once again, I always start with my very first easiest factor pair, and that is 1 times whatever the number is. In this case, it's 46. Okay, so 1 times 46, working my way down the line. Next, I'm going to do 2. I know 2 is a factor because it's an even number. So, therefore, 46 has to be divisible by 2. And I know 2 times 23 equals 46. And I start working my way down 3. And sum of the digits divisible by 3. 4 plus 6 is 10. Well, 10 doesn't divide by 3, so there's nothing that you can take times 3 to get 46. Basic facts for 4, anything times 4 to get 46? No. 4 times 11 is 44. 4 times 12 is 48. It skips right over 46. It's not going to be divisible by 5 because it has to end in a 5 or a 0. It's not divisible by 6 because I know my basic facts. There's nothing times 6 that you can take to get 46. And then I go 7, no. Anything times 8 to get 46, no. 9, no. and then 10, of course, it has to end in a 0, and it doesn't. So I've worked my way through. I have all my factor pairs here. So now I'm looking for the greatest common factor between these two. So I can go ahead and circle my common factors. Oh, I have the eraser up. That's all right. Okay, so I know 1 is a common factor. I know 2 is a common factor. Is 3? Nope, 3 is not over here. Is 6? Nope, not over here. 9? Nope. 18? No. And 23 and 46 are not factors of 18. So my greatest number that I circled is 2. So that tells me my GCF equals 2. That is what I'm going to divide the numerator and denominator by to put it in simplest form. So I simply divide by 2, and I divide by 2. Okay? Well, 18 divided by 2 is going to be 9. So that's going to be my numerator. And then I take 46 and I divide it by 2 and I get 23. Okay? So my answer in simplest form for this problem is 9/23. Okay? So I'm going to take that and I'm going to write it here. 9/23. Write it on the line. Now, the letter for this problem, or this answer that is being represented, is U. So I'm going to go down to the bottom of my worksheet, and I'm going to find 9/23. Everywhere that I find 9/23, I'm going to put a U there. Okay? So I would put a U here, I would put a U here, and I would just go through and I would put a U, the letter U, everywhere that 9/23 shows up down here. And that's going to get me started on cracking this clue here. All right? So, one more example problem, and then I will let you get started. So, I've given you 3 answers so far. I'm going to give you another answer, and then you're going to do the rest on your own to complete the assignment and crack the code down at the bottom. All right. So, going to our next one. We have 9/66. So, all I have to do, once again, I'm trying to find the GCF, okay, so that I know what to divide by to get me in simplest form. So, I take the greatest common factor between 9 and 66, so I need to find the factors of 9. Well, pretty easy, 1 times 9, okay? And then I know 2 is not a factor of 9 because it's not an even number. And then I say 3, yes, 3 times 3. And basic facts tell me that I'm done here because there's nothing else I can multiply to get 9. So now I'm going to go to 66. Once again, I start with my easiest one. 1 times 66, and I start working my way down. I go to 2. I know that 2 times something equals 66 because 2's divisibility rule says that if it's even number, then it will divide by 2. Well, 66 divided by 2 is going to be, do you know? You have any idea? 33, right?
Yep.
Okay. That's what you was going to... I knew. I'm sorry. I interrupted you. My mistake. All right. So then I'm going to go to the divisibility rule for 3. And it says the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. So 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 divides by 3. Therefore, I know 3 times something equals 66. And I just have to think that 22 times 3 equals 66. And then I go to 4. Is there anything times 4 to get 66? No. Basic facts kind of tell me that. Anything times 5? No, because it doesn't end in a 5 or a 0. Anything times 6? Well, yes, I know that 6 times 11 is 66, right? Now, 7 times anything equals 66? No, 7 times 9 is 63. That gets me close, but the next number is going to be way over that. Anything times 8? Nope. 8 times 8 is 64, so nothing times 8, and I've already went through my list, so therefore I know I have all my factor pairs. Now I'm going to circle my common factors. 1, okay, I have a 3 here, and I have a 3 over here. Do I have a 9 over here anywhere, Phoenix? Nope, no 9. So, here are my common factors, 1 and 3. My greatest common factor is 3 because that's bigger than 1. So my GCF equals 3. That tells me what I'm going to divide by. I'm going to divide by 3. So 9 divided by 3 equals 3. Okay? And if I look back over here, I know that 66 divided by 3, right, equals 22. So I kind of already have my answer over there. So my answer is 3, okay, 20 seconds. Okay? Now, I go back to my answer sheet, and I put 3 over 22, and that's my answer. Now, everywhere that I have the answer down here to crack my clue, 3 over 22, I have the letter Y to represent that. So, I bring this back up, and I start looking, okay, 3 over 22, I'm going to put a Y there. And I'm going to go through and look for every answer that is 3 over 22, and I'm going to put a Y in that place to help me solve the mystery, okay? Once you get all the problems done, you'll have the mystery code cracked, and you'll be one step closer to revealing the clue after the next 4 other assignments when we get there. You have any questions?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Ask me what 6 plus 6.
What's 6 plus 6, Phoenix?
12.
Man, you're good. All right. Great job, buddy. Well, I'm glad I was able to help with these fractions that you're having troubles with.
Yep.
Good. Well, hopefully I helped you guys as well. Be sure to watch this video. It is here on my YouTube channel so that you can come back to it, watch it again. I encourage you that if you're having troubles, come back to the video, watch it again, refer to your textbook, make sure you find those divisibility rules, follow my instructions in this mini lesson, and you will be just fine. So I know we've worked hard on these this year, and you guys are really good at simplifying fractions. So if you have any questions or need any help, be sure to reach out to me. And Phoenix, thanks for joining me again. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Very nice, sir. All right. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. And work hard and don't get
Slappy.
That's right. See you next time.